Valentina Imbeni, the director of the Piccola Scuola Italiana of San Francisco. This is our brand new school, and I'm going to take you inside now. Coming into the ingresso, or the entryway. That's a very important part of the school. As you can see, we have an area where the parents can sit. And in the future, we're going to have documentation up on these walls, which is going to show the work of the children in the school. We have an office to the left. This is going to be my office and my admin assistant office. And then we have a meeting room for the parents. As you can see, we have glass door to have visibility into what we do and into what the teachers do when they have their meetings here. And then as we go along, we have public restroom for parents and visitors. And then we have a restroom for our teachers, so teachers can keep their belongings and have some time off when they need to.
In the bathroom.
This is our brand new kitchen. We have a great food program at the school. We have two cooks, brother and sister from the south of Italy, and they make great food for the kids. And this is going to be their special place. And the kids are also going to be using this area of the kitchen that's away from the stove, so it's going to be safe, but they can do food projects here, and they're going to have a slightly bigger table in the future, and they will be doing cooking here every week.
And Valentina, the food is all organic, right?
Mostly organic, yes. Whenever possible, I would say about 80% of the food is organic. Now, I'm going to enter the atelier. This is our atelier that is also called an art room. The reason why we like to call it atelier is actually a lot more than an art room. This is going to be, it's a creative place. You can create things here. It can be art, it can be music, it can be clay, it can be sculpture, it can be anything you want, carpentry. It's a place where children can create freely. And traditionally, in the Reggio Emilia schools, they actually have a personal staff, it's called an atelierista, that looks after all the creative arts in the school. We hope that in the future we will be able to maybe have such a person on site. But we do have the space, so that's a good start. This is going to be the area where the children are going to eat. We like it to be a special place that's separate from the classroom, because the lunch is a very important part of our day in Piccola Scuola. It's a time for the children to exchange ideas and for the teachers to talk to them in Italian, and so it's really a tradition in the Italian culture to have lunch together with family and friends. So this is what we do. And now I am standing in our beautiful piazza. The piazza is the square, so it's the center of the school. It's not just it's not a hallway, it's not a corridor. This is actually a place where the children can be, and we are going to see how they're going to use it. It's a place where they can meet. We can have all the different classrooms converging onto this central space. So we're going to have children of different ages meet, and it's going to be very interesting how they interact. A very important point of the Reggio philosophy is the relationships. So the pedagogy of a relationship is sometimes called, and so it is going to be through these relationships that the children extend and expand their learning process. We're now going to enter the Piccolissimi classroom, where this year we're going to have the Spazio Gioco group. It's the Mommy and Me program, which is a great introduction to the school. And mommies and little babies between 1 and 2 are going to be in this classroom, and you can see this is a space that's really designed for the little ones.
And the Reggio approach really emphasizes interacting with the environment. So we have these.
All these areas, as you can see, are designed for the children. So the key in the design of a Reggio school is that the school is not designed for the adults, but it's designed for the kids. And everything is seen from the point of view of the child. So everything you see in the school, from the colors to the textures of the materials inside the school, is done so that the children can have sensory stimulation of all sorts. This is going to be an area where the children can play, they can be together, they can tumble if they want.
Okay, here we are back again.
Ecco. this is the bathroom for the kids.
And we're coming out of the Piccoli room,
yes,
right?
Piccoli, Piccolissimi into the Piccoli. We have a bathroom in between these two rooms. As you can see, the bathroom is a large space. It's an area where children can stand, play with water. We can change the diapers here. Everything is child size, so that they understand that this is a space for them. It's not a space that is for adults that they need to use. We have these big tubs so that they can do as much water play as they like. Children love to play with water. And as you can see, every detail here is done with kids in mind. If you look at this tile, for example, the light reflects on it in different ways depending on where you are, but it also has a texture to it. And again, like I said before, this is a sensory stimulation for the children. So every little detail counts. We're now in the Piccoli classroom. And as you can see, this is slightly older children, so like older twos. Yeah, and everything is set up very nicely. And again, the way the environment is set up is extremely important in the age of philosophy. The environment is called sometimes the third teacher. And so there's a purpose to everything that you see. Materials are divided in a meaningful way so that the environment is legible. And when the environment is legible, children learn more. See here, it's set up as also like what we call a house area, where they have a little kitchen, they have some dolls, they have some water plays, they have mirrors, and there are going to be more mirrors over here. So young children love to see themselves. We're going to have a dress-up area here, and the mirrors are all at the heart of the children, so that they can see themselves and they can do it.
There's an amazing amount of light in here.
Sorry?
There's a lot of light in here.
Yes, light is very important. This is, as you can see, we also left these areas between the classroom that are open at the top, so that the light can come through and the color can come through between one classroom to the next. Natural light is very important. Sometimes you walk into schools that are very kind of dingy and dark, and you only see fluorescent light. In radio schools, there is this concept of having as much natural light as possible. That makes adults happy, children happy, and they should see the sun coming through the window.
And these little nooks are for the kids to play in and explore.
Yes, these are beautiful. This corner, this is a niche, and we have another one over there. This is again, it's a small place that's created for children to interact in a small group. And again, it's through these meaningful relationships in small groups that the children are going to learn social skills and also all other skills. We're now entering the Grandi classroom. There is a beautiful, sunny room. And again, the setup is very similar. We have the book area where the children can read. And then we have the house area where the children can recreate their home environment. And then we have an environment set up so that they can actually access materials and they can decide, what type of material they're going to use that day to play. The teachers are going to set up the classroom as well every day. But the idea is that everything is visible to them and they can actually choose what they're going to do that day. When children are interested in what they're doing, they learn more, they're happier, and they really thrive in school. We're now going to go into the grandissimi classroom. That's our pre-K class, so the older kids. We're going to go to the bathroom, from which you can see our classroom. and again, this bathroom is going to be shared between the two classrooms. As you can see, actually, I forgot to show you, we also have these really funky lights that are change color depending on the way you're looking at them. And again, this is something that you may not immediately notice, but children do notice immediately. And we also see all of these reflections on the wall. This is where the bright color is put on walls where the sun is going to hit, and then you're going to get this beautiful reflection like you saw from the light in the exhibit. Now we're entering in the grandissimi classroom that's all set up. It's ready for tomorrow, our first day of school. We are very excited. And you can get an idea of how the teachers prepare the classroom for the kids. So when the child comes in, on the table they find something that is called a provocazione. So it's something that's slightly set up, but then they can kind of make what they want out of it.
Okay, so sorry, we're talking about the space.
Yes, we were talking about the space actually, so I just wanted to show you this way of setting up the environment. You see how legible it is. This is set up by color, so you maybe have different materials, but with a color coding behind it. And teachers will do a lot of things like this because children will often pick on this and they will notice how the material has been set up well. This is going to enhance their creativity and their need to learn. And we're going to go on to this is the table that's going to be set up. As you see, there is always a good way of introducing like literacy in a fun way for the kids. So these are their diaries for the first day of school, and this is their mail box. These are the mail boxes, so they can actually write letters to each other. And again, this is a nice fun way to introduce pre-literacy in the pre-K class in a meaningful way, in a way that's meaningful for the children. Here you have like a kind of a game of mirrors, so the kids can see themselves and they can go from one mirror to the next. And this is going to be the area where they have their assemblea. The assemblea is the Italian version of the circle time. It's not really a circle, but it's a time for the kids to meet, where teachers will talk, kids will talk. So there's really a group of people coming together to talk about meaningful things. As you can see, all over the school, there is a link between the architecture, the design, and the pedagogy, and the philosophy, the regional philosophy. So every corner of the school has been taught very carefully, and this is why the school, I think, is quite special. The architect is from Modena. His name is Michele Zini, and he is actually the son of the original architect that designed all of the Reggio Emilia schools in the 70s. And so we were very proud to have him, and there's a lot of love that's gone into the school, I think, from the staff, the board of directors, the parents, the architect from Reggio, and I think you can feel it when you're in it.
Great. Thank you so much for your thing. It was a wonderful tour, and congratulations on the school.
Prego.